Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about it. On this channel, I talk about courtroom corruption, police brutality, and more. I speak from personal experience on these topics and support everything I say with evidence, facts, and exhibits. If this is the type of content that interests you or you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the scandals, scams, and abuse Canadians have endured from Justin Trudeau under the Trudeau Liberal government over the past 10 years. How is Justin Trudeau walking around in public freely and never properly investigated by the RCMP for all the scandals and possibly criminal acts he's been publicly involved in? Should Justin Trudeau be charged? The short and long answer is yes, and I would put my money down any day that at least 8 out of 10 Canadians would agree. Justin Trudeau should be in jail, and I believe many police officers and public servants might agree with that. From the forced lockdowns to the fear the Trudeau government put into Canadian citizens to take the COVID vaccines or refused entry to businesses for everyday essentials, it was coercive and unlawful. Over 60,000 Canadians were reported to have become sick from the vaccines, but reliable sources say that number isn't even close to being accurate. I'm going to get into a partial list of some of the scandals, altercations, and questionable decisions and behavior from Justin Trudeau and leave it in the public hands to think about: how did we ever let Justin Trudeau become Prime Minister? How did he ever get re-elected? And after 10 years of abuse and scandals from the Trudeau Liberal government, why were Canadians so foolish to once again vote the Liberals into control of this country and allow Mark Carney in as the next Prime Minister? Justin Trudeau and his associates, without a doubt, should be charged and tried for their involvement in the SNC-Lavalin Affair in 2018 and 2019. When Trudeau tried to pressure then Justice Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould to offer SNC-Lavalin a deferred prosecution agreement, when she refused, she was demoted. Trudeau's chief of staff, Katie Telford, was reportedly involved in the communication and pressure strategy. You're going to hear a lot about this lady, Katie Telford. She is considered the right-hand person involved in all of Justin Trudeau's scandals. Then there was the We charity scandal in 2020. Trudeau and his associates awarded a large sole source contract of $912 million to the We charity to run a student service grant program. The same charity that had previously paid members of the Trudeau family for speaking events. There were major conflicts of interest, allegations, and scrutiny over how the contract was awarded, and as well as oversight and governance issues. Finance Minister Bill Morneau eventually resigned due to the conflict of interest scrutiny. Again, Katie Telford was deeply involved in decision-making and communications. This was an obvious and ethics violation, and Justin Trudeau avoided any penalties and was personally cleared of any wrongdoing. Then there's the many vacations and trips Trudeau and his now ex-wife Sophie took to the Bahamas from Aga Khan IV. Karim Al-Hassani, a philanthropist whose foundation received significant federal funding. The Federal Ethics Commission ruled that Trudeau had violated conflict of interest laws by accepting gifts and trips from an organization that lobbied the Liberals. Katie Telford, chief of staff, was again involved in scheduling and vetting ethic issues. Remember when Justin Trudeau thought it would be funny and entertaining to paint his face brown and black and dance around at his high school talent show? Or in 2001 at the Teachers Gala in Vancouver, when he attended an Arabian Nights themed event wearing brown face paint to portray Aladdin. Also in 2001, more pictures surfaced of Trudeau wearing the black and brown face paint. In 2019, Trudeau gave a public apology, but the damage was done. And was his apology ever sincere? Then there was the House of Commons incident on May 18, 2016, when Justin Trudeau physically assaulted opposition MPs. He grabbed Conservative MP Gord Brown by the arm and elbowed NDP MP Ruth Ellen Broseru in the chest, yet faced zero parliamentary sanctions for the incident. In 2019, Trudeau implemented the carbon tax at $20 per ton, which then doubled in 2021 to $40 per ton. In 2024, we saw that the carbon tax had increased to $75 per ton and is projected to reach $170 per ton by 2026, according to federal projections. The Trudeau government pressured Canadian citizens to take an experimental vaccine. About 33 million Canadians took one shot, and about 105 million Canadians took two vaccines and multiple boosters. Roughly 60,000 reported adverse events, and 12,000 which were classified as serious. However, sources say those numbers aren't even close to accurate, and many doctors weren't taking patient side effects seriously. And remember when over 33 million Canadians took the experimental vaccine, and Pfizer later released a statement through its lawyers confirming there were about 2,000 potential harmful side effects, yet they would not be accountable for any injuries caused? The Trudeau government forced Canadians to take these vaccines, and those who didn't were denied access to essential services. If we went outside or visited family, we would face potential fines or jail time. Then there was the Yaroslav Hunka incident on September 22nd, 2023, when a veteran named Yaroslav Hunka, with connections to a Nazi-aligned unit, was honored in Canadian Parliament and received a standing ovation while Trudeau was in attendance. You can even see Burlington's Liberal MP, Karina Gold, standing proudly with this man. Yet neither Gold nor Trudeau were forced to step down or take responsibility. Who was the fall guy? House Speaker Anthony Rada, who resigned 4 days later on September 26, 2023. The Trudeau government opened the floodgates of immigration, causing a significant shortage of almost everything: food, housing, and basic needs. Prices skyrocketed. In 2020, Canadians admitted 184,000 new permanent residents. In 2021, that number doubled to 406,000. In 2022, it rose to 437,000. Then in 2023, 472,000. And in 2024, 480,000 new permanent residents. From 2015 to 2024, under the Trudeau government, roughly 3.5 million new permanent residents were registered, along with roughly 350,000 international students. What about the ArriveCan app scam, introduced by the federal government in April 2020? For travelers entering Canada to submit vaccination status, the app was plagued with flaws. The original cost was supposed to be $2.4 million, but ballooned over $60 million. The true cost is impossible to determine due to poor record keeping, an absolute waste of taxpayer money. Justin Trudeau's net worth is allegedly around $90 million, according to the Economic Times. In late October 2024, Canada agreed to hand over $65 million to Ukraine to support their fight against Russia. The following month, Justin Trudeau was seen attending Taylor Swift's concert in Toronto, dancing around while the country continued to struggle. Meanwhile, Trudeau was handing out hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries and dancing at concerts while Canadians face record inflation and rising debt. Then there's Justin's son Xavier, who's trying to pursue a music career.
Life's about the choices you make. Check out The Dive. It's out now.
What he said.
Go.
If Justin or his son had any sense or respect for this country, they would have enrolled Xavier in the Canadian Armed Forces for at least 6 months to 2 years. I bring this up because was this the real reason Justin Trudeau pursued Katy Perry? To help his son get into the music business? Has Katy Perry been living under a rock for the past 10 years? We all see now that Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are dating. And by associating her brand with him, she shows how out of touch she is with current world events and how naive she must be. Katy Perry has sold more than 150 million records worldwide. Her Prismatic tour in 2014-2015 grossed over 200 million. She's also been an outspoken supporter of the LGBTQ rights community. In 2023, she sold her music rights, catalog, and publishing rights for $225 million. In April 2025, she became one of 6 women to fly on the Blue Origin's New Shepard project, reaching 100 kilometers above Earth in a 10-minute flight. Does Katy Perry not realize the damage Justin Trudeau did to Canada? Is she that naive to think Trudeau can't damage her reputation the same way? Well, I guess she's already cashed out, so maybe it doesn't matter what happens with her love life. Let's not forget about Trudeau's promise to Canadians during his federal election campaign in 2015 to legalize recreational marijuana nationwide. Either way, Justin Trudeau has practically buried Canada, leaving little to no chance of recovery without generations of Canadians paying the price. The poor management, scandals, scams, assaults, racism, and dishonest actions from Justin Trudeau should have led to charges, and he should be forced to return the money he earned as Prime Minister. Why is this man being protected? Why has the Minister of Justice not got involved? Why has the RCMP not stepped in to hold this man accountable for the scandals and actions he's been publicly involved in? And now, to top it all off, Justin Trudeau just received the 2025 Global Leadership Award from the Chicago Council on Global Affairs on October 29, 2025, honored at the Four Seasons in Chicago for his so-called extraordinary leadership and global vision. It's hard to imagine a more tone-deaf moment while Canadians struggle with record debt, housing chaos, and years of scandals under his watch. Trudeau is being celebrated on the world stage as a leader. For many Canadians, it's not leadership they see, it's a wreckage he left behind.